Good morning all of you. Welcome to my YouTube channel Manu Sir's Institute. Today I am going to start exercise 1.2. Okay. In the previous video I have explained you exercise 1.1 in which I have solved question and I have explained you about the basics of that exercise. You can click to the I button to see that previous video. Either you can click it to the link which is given in my description box. Okay. So now we will start exercise 1.2. Before starting the exercise we will just go through the introduction part of this exercise. In this exercise we will discuss about irrational numbers. Okay, irrational numbers. In my previous video I have explained you about all the numbers, but still again I will recall it. What are irrational numbers? Irrational numbers means the numbers which cannot be represented in the form of p by q. Okay, where p and q are integers and q is not equals to 0 are called as irrational number. So the definition says that those are irrational number which cannot be represented in the form of p by q. Okay, we will see the example. We have seen what are rational number. Rational numbers are 2 by 3, 4 by 7, 9 by 11. These are called as rational numbers because they are represented in the form of p by q. But irrational numbers we won't able to represent them in the form of p by q, because suppose I will take the value of pi. Okay, the value of pi is 22 by 7. When we will divide, we will get 3.147 dotted. Means it is endless. When we will divide 22 by 7, we won't get 0 in the remainder. Okay, we won't get 0 in the remainder. That's why it is called as irrational number. Okay, there is no fixed value for them which we can write in the decimal form. Okay, one more example. If I will write root 2, we know the value of root 2 is 1.414 dotted. That means this value also continues. Okay, we are only taking 3 values after decimal, but when we will find out the root over value, we will see that 1.414 and it exceeds more. Okay, like one more example, root 3. Okay, 1.732. Only 3 values we are taking, but again it goes on continue. Okay, because we won't get the remainder 0. Are you getting? These type of values are called as irrational number, where we won't get 0 in the remainder after solving. Okay, one more example. Suppose we will write 1.01 001 0001 0001. Okay, dotted. Either we will write 0.20 200 2000. These type of all the numbers are called as irrational numbers because we can't express them in the form of p by q. Getting? So we will start the exercise 1.2 because in the exercise it is totally related with irrational numbers. Okay, in exercise 1.2 the first question is given. State whether the following statements are true or false. Okay, a statement is given, we have to tell whether it is true or false. Okay, the first statement is given, every irrational number is real number. Okay, in the question it is asking whether every irrational number, all irrational numbers are real number or not. We have to say whether all irrational numbers are real number or not. Okay, so answer is true. Why? Because I have given you definition that all the rational number and irrational number comes under real number. Okay, it is a real number is a combination of rational number as well as irrational number. Okay, when we will combine both numbers we will get real number. That means real number consists of all irrational number, okay, and all rational number. So every irrational number is real number. Yes, it is true. Getting? That means all the irrational numbers are real number, because in this both the rational and irrational both comes. Okay, next bit. In the second bit it is given, every point on the number line is of the form root m. Okay, every point on the number line is of the form root m, where m is a natural number. So we have to tell whether the numbers present on a number line is of the form root m. So first of all I will draw a number line. So this is a number line I have drawn on which there are numbers with positive and negative. Okay, these are natural number, we know. These numbers are natural number. If I will write, it is asking whether it is of the form root m. Okay, suppose I will write root 4. The value of root 4 is 2. 2 2s are 4. Okay, this is correct. But if I will take minus 4, do we know what is the root over of minus number? We can't find, not defined. Okay, the square root of negative number is not expressed in the form of natural number. Okay, the square root of negative numbers are not formed, not expressed in the form of natural number, so it is false. Okay, the statement says every point on the number line, is of the form root m. Positive numbers we can say it is of the form root m, but negative numbers root m is not expressed in the form of natural number. That's why it is false. Okay, third bit. In the third bit, question is given every real number is an irrational number. Okay, that means this is the reverse order of first bit. Okay, in the first bit the question was given is every irrational number is real number. Now in the third bit it is given is every real number is irrational number. Okay, so as I said, the definition of real number is it is the combination of rational plus irrational. Okay, that means all irrational numbers are real number, all rational numbers are real number, but all real number cannot be rational number, because in some real number rational numbers are also there. Example I will give, root 2. Root 2 is real number, we know. Root 2 is irrational number also, but root 2 is not rational number. Okay, suppose I will give root 3. Root 3 is real number, correct? Root 3 is rational number, correct? But root 3 is not rational number. That means all the real numbers cannot be irrational number. That's why this statement is false. Okay, because in real number all rational number is there, all irrational numbers are also there, because in real number some of the rational numbers are also present. That's why root 3 is real, root 3 is irrational, but root 3 cannot be rational. Similarly, root 2 is real, root 2 is irrational, but root 2 cannot be rational. That's why all real number cannot be irrational number. That's why this statement is false. Okay, next bit. Now question number 2. In question number 2 it is given, are the square roots of all positive integers irrational? Okay, are the square root of all positive integers are irrational? If not, give an example of the square root of a number that is rational number. Okay, we have to tell whether all positive integers are irrational. If they are not irrational, then we have to give an example of rational number. Okay, so I will write few positive integers. Okay, and we will check whether the square root of that numbers are irrational or rational. Okay, I will start from 2, 3, 4, 5 dotted. Okay, so I have taken these numbers 6, 7, 8, 9. These many numbers I have taken. Okay, so we will find out the square roots. It is asking the square roots of positive integers should be irrational. Okay, I am finding out square root. Square root of 2, what it is? You know, it is irrational. Okay, it cannot be represented in the form of p by q, so it is irrational. Okay, next is root 3. Root 3 is also irrational, because this is also cannot be represented in the form of p by q. Okay, next is root 4. What is the value of root 4? Root 4 is 2. 2 by 1 can we write? It is in the form of p by q. That means what it is? It is a rational number. Are you getting? That means all positive integers are not irrational. Okay, few more examples we will check. Root 5. Root 5 is irrational. Okay. Root 6. Root 6 is also irrational. Root 7. Root 7 is also irrational, because these numbers cannot be represented in the form of p by q. Root 8 value is 2 root 2. When you will take out LCM, I will explain you how to find out. So these many numbers are irrational. Now root 9. What is the value of root 9? Root 9 is 3. That is 3 by 1. We can represent it in the form of p by q. This is also a rational number. That means all the positive integers, square root of all the positive integers are not irrational. Some are rational too. Okay, the square root of all positive integers are not irrational, some are rational. Okay, again some irrational, again some are rational. So we have come to a conclusion that all the positive integers are not irrational, some are irrational. Okay, next question. Now question number 3. Okay, this is one of the important question from the exercise. In this question it is given, show that root 5 can be represented on the number line. Okay, for solving this type of question there is a formula which I will explain you. You have to take let root n equals to root 5. Whatever number will be given, that one you have to take inside the root over. That means here n is 5. Okay, so to find out any of the root n, that means any of the root 5 on a number line, you have to find out what is root n minus 1. Okay, so what is root n minus 1? What is n? N is 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. Root 4 is 2. Okay, so this is a value which we have to draw on a number line, and with that we have to do the construction. Okay, any root over number will be given, square root number, that one you take as root n, and first of all find out n minus 1 of that number. Okay, suppose here 4 will be given, you find out 4 minus 1, that will be 3. You have to find out root 3 first, then you can go for 4. Okay, if it will be given 7 here, suppose it is given 7, root 7 you have to find out, you have to represent on a number line. That means root n equals to root 7. You find out root n minus 1, that is root 7 minus 1, root 6. First of all you represent root 6 on a number line, then you go for root 7. Okay, are you getting? So any root over number is given, take it as root n, you find out root n minus 1 and construct that value on a number line. Okay, so I will draw a number line first. So I have drawn a number line here. Okay, this is minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what value I have to draw on a number line first? I will draw a line of 2 centimeter, that means 2 units. So this line is my 2 units. Okay, suppose this one I will name it as OA. Now if this is 2, the third line should be how much you will take to draw 5. Okay, we will use a theorem that is called as Pythagoras theorem. H square equals to p square plus b square. Okay, what is h? H is root 5 square. P is 2 square. I will take 1 square because 2 square is 4. Which number we have subtracted? 1 we have subtracted. Are you getting? From 5, 1 we have subtracted, we got 4. That's why I am taking 1. Okay, so 2 square is 4, 1 square is 1, root 5 is 5. So for 5 centimeter or root 5, we will use 4 plus 1. So 4 plus 1 means 2 square plus 1 square. Whichever number you are subtracting, that square you have to take. So 2 square plus 1 square is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. If we will put square root, then this will become root 5. This also will become root 5. Both are root 5 here. Okay, both are root 5 here. So here I will draw 1 centimeter line which should be a 90-degree line. Are you getting? This is 1 centimeter line or unit and it is 90 degree. You keep a protractor, draw 90 degree, from there you just mark 1 centimeter. Suppose this is B. Now join OB. Okay, now join OB with a dotted line. What you will do, you keep the rounder pointer here on point O. Okay, you keep the rounder pointer on point O and pencil pointer on B. Okay, you keep the pencil point on B. Then you draw a small arc. You draw a small arc. Okay, like this. You keep the rounder pointer here, pencil here, and draw a small arc. This point represents root 5. Understood? Wherever this dotted line will bisect, suppose at point C is equals to root 5. Are you getting? Any value. Suppose I will explain about root 7. Okay, suppose you are finding out root 7. So what is root 7? Root 7 is 7 minus 1, that is root 6. So first of all you have to represent root 6 on a number line. Then 1 centimeter line you have to draw like this, in this way. 1 centimeter line, join from O to that point, keep your rounder on O, keep pencil here and draw a small arc, wherever it is touching, that one will become root 7. Are you getting? In this way you can represent root over of any number on a number line. Okay, once again I will explain. Root n equals to root 5, root n minus 1 is root 5 minus 1, that is root 4, root 4 equals to 2 centimeter. Okay, here I have used Pythagoras theorem, h square equals to p square plus b square. What is p? P is 2. Okay, what is b? B is 1 centimeter I have taken. Why? Because 5 minus 1, we have subtracted 1 from 5, so always you will take 1 square here. Okay, so 2 square is 4, 1 square is 1, 4 plus 1 is 5, both are root 5. If I will put square root to both the numbers, we will get root 5. That means you draw a line of 2 centimeter, you draw a perpendicular line of 1 centimeter, perpendicular means 90 degree, join OB, keep the rounder pointer here, okay, keep the pencil pointer here and draw a small arc. It should be touching the number line. It's touching, that point will be your root 5 or the square root number which is given in the question. Thank you. I hope you might have understood all the things whatever I have explained here. For any queries, you ask me in my comment box. Okay, I will explain your doubts. Don't worry, next video will be uploaded soon. Thank you all of you.